Leadership needs some management. Leadership needs some planning. We need to get organized. We need some priorities. Aim high, but please think also about how to get there.
What we're really trying to advocate for is how do we foster economic freedom? And we think we can do this by allowing, new cities to be more empowered to implement the sort of governance reforms that will remove rigidities to doing business, that allows young people to easily establish a business, that, creates an enabling environment so that investments are attracted to come in, to, set up businesses, to create the jobs that are needed.
You identify the relevant stakeholders who will be able to actually take your point from point A to point B. So that means you're talking about legislators in the National Assembly, we're talking about legislators in the Senate, we're talking about all these cabinet secretaries, anybody that can move the needle.
About 1.7% of jobs will be lost, okay? But then there'll be a job creation of 16%. If you see, that's a massive change, right?
Many young people have gotten opportunities out of the, innovations, the projects that they come up with. You can see a good example of Nora Magero, who came up with the idea of the Vaxi box, where she uses, solar panels in the preservation of vaccines.
Each and every rec, like within the EAC, we have the East Africa Business Council, we have the COMESA Business Council, we have the SADC Business Council. In each and every region, individual states, they have the private sector.
Anyone who says that there's a resurgence of that would have like a point, because there was some quiet for some time, and it seemed like, many African countries that embraced democracy, or they'd moved away from military rule and military regime. However, over the last 2-3 years, we've seen what has happened, in Burkina Faso, in Niger. We've seen across the continent, people who seem to view coups and view military regimes now in positive light, especially amongst the young people.
When implemented, really, this is going to be very beneficial for the African people in terms of our business, in terms of being able to work from anywhere across the continent, and especially at this moment when we are looking at the African Continental Free Trade Area, the AfTA, which is seeking to establish a single market for around 1.3 billion Africans to be able to trade, to be able to work from whichever point that they are in Africa.
Generally, the conference is about how young people can spread the ideas of freedom through various means. And one of the projects under Students for Liberty is African Liberty, which is a platform for young people interested in public policy, journalism, and all forms of media analysis, especially policy analysis. Recently, African Liberty released a magazine called The Freedom African, and I'll encourage you to get a copy of that, because there are numerous articles related to freedom in Africa, related to economic freedom, social freedoms, and all forms of freedom. There are also articles related to food insecurity in Africa, and numerous articles featuring top journalists in Africa, especially young people. Beyond that, I'd like to say a little about journalism in Africa. I believe there is hope for Africa through journalism, because several young people are able to access various platforms to publish their opinion and talk about issues that concern them. Through this, there'll be more awareness about issues affecting Africans, and also more opportunities to think of solutions to the problems that affect us.
My name is Ruko Tieno. I'm a Kenyan citizen. I come from Maseno University. That's where I study. That's around 9 to 10 hours drive. So I've been here from yesterday and today. I've learned a lot. Activism resonated with me because it enlightened me on what to do and the things to do to champion much more of the things that I currently champion in my community.
Artificial intelligence is here to help us, is here to complement our professions, and it's not here to take away our jobs.
I've learned that you can be an individual and still make an impact in society.
The taxation policies should actually boost the continent and not make it poorer, or to even bring it lower than what it currently is.
Anyone who does good pretty much does it for himself. And anyone who does evil also does it for himself.
I didn't stop also in Burundi. I continue by founding SFED in Rwanda, SFED in Democratic Republic of Congo, and I made SFED a region organization with more than 100 local coordinators.
We are here to celebrate our success. Thank you so much for everything that you have done for us. Thank you for working with us this journey from LibertyCon Africa up to today. And I leave you with a lot of love, and I hope we will meet again sometime soon. Thank you very much.